should definitely bring that up at some point, I think. Let's see. I don't know if we can get much more out of this. The bomb get there. Oh no, that's not quite that. That might be it. I'm not sure on that, but let's go to the actual scene right now. And we'll come back later and compare more clues we get from here.
The fourth victim, Stephen Eldred.
Wow.
The explosion was concentrated on the right side of the room. The left side is almost untouched. Huh? What's that sound?
His phone?
Oh, so that's what it was. Hello?
Excuse me, but isn't this Mr. Eldred's residence?
That's correct. And you are?
Michael Lang. I'm from Loan and Taxes. If you are aware of our business model, then you must know why I'm calling.
Huh. You're a loan shark. Does that mean Stephen Eldred has a debt?
I will not divulge any of my customers' personal information. Please let Mr. Eldred know that we're trying to contact him. Well then.
Michael Lang
sounds like
from
it.
Loan and Taxes. Was that really a call from a loan shark?
It's very dirty over here. Obviously, the location of the bomb was right about here. Something white here we should investigate. I do like that attention to detail. There's a little white, kind of whiter spot behind here. And man, look, it looks like it ripped off the wallpaper or something. That's crazy. Nothing over here. Must have been an intense explosion.
Wow, this is filthy. It appears to be a broken guitar.
I don't know how that's important, but...
It seems to stand out compared to the rest of this room.
Oh, we just took it? Okay. Maybe in that it's less damaged? I don't know. Textbooks. We'll take a look at that in a second. We're gonna kind of sweep the wall, sweep the area. Windows shattered. The explosion must have broken the glass. Seems about right.
What could this piece of metal be from?
Probably from the pipe bomb.
It's embedded rather deep. It was most likely launched by the force of the explosion.
More than likely. Burns are more severe here. This must have been where the explosion was centered. So I would imagine he was standing somewhere around this, facing it. The real question is, how do they get them to be facing the bomb when it explodes, almost as if they were holding it in front of them. But the marks don't quite seem to suggest that. It seems to be that they were sort of in a neutral standing state whenever it exploded. But a waist or slightly belly button high table here does kind of go along with what we've seen for the wounds. I would imagine he was either standing right about here, right about there, or possibly down here. This seems like it would match the wounds the best if he was standing about right here. Though if he was standing here and he got a phone call, it might make sense why he turned. Oop, don't spray things. This paper seems important, or not. Door. Door seems to have been damaged by the blast. It must have been closed at the time.
Could this be the computer that the victim used? This may still have some information we can use. Let's power it up and see what there is. Odd. The screen isn't turning on.
Well, it may have gotten hit by a bomb.
It's not accepting any input either. Could it be
It
broken?
was in a room with a bomb. It could definitely be broken. Still, with, forensics leveled research and stuff, I'm sure we could definitely get, some info off of those hard drives if we needed to. Alright, back to the office.
Hey, little guy. I need some help from you.
What are you up to now?
I'm insulted. There's somebody I need you to look into.
Is that all? That shouldn't be any problem.
Good. His name is Michael Lang. He's a loan shark.
Planning on buying a house soon?
Stop playing around. He called the victim's phone.
I see. Was it a collection call? Did the victim owe him money?
He hung up before I could find out. That's why I'm asking for your assistance.
Oh, I get it. Okay, I'll look into him.
Make sure to check whether or not he's employed at a place called Loan and Taxes.
That just sounds really suspicious, doesn't it?
For all we know, the man who called was the bomber himself.
I'll keep that possibility in mind.
Okay. Let's see if we can find out anything else. Broken guitar. It's dirty and seems to have been used a lot.
Little guy, are you a music aficionado at all?
Huh? Why? Well, I know bits and pieces.
Maybe you might not know either. I need you to analyze this guitar.
Oh, this thing's pretty nasty. Holy...
What's with you?
Dr. Kimishima, where did you find this? Wait, more importantly, how did this happen to her?
Her? It was in the victim's room. Stevens, that is.
Then, the neck was broken in the explosion?
Probably, yes. So what?
Son of a bitch. The raging bomber's gonna pay...
Hey, calm down. What's wrong?
I can't calm down. This guitar, it belonged to musical legend Ben Frank. It's the 1955 Dagmite model. Oh, I can't believe it.
I don't understand. Is that instrument valuable?
It sounds like it.
It's beyond valuable. Finding this is a miracle. Normally I'd have it sent to the museum immediately for safekeeping, but... Oh, damn it!
He's so mad.
What? Doesn't this get to you, Doctor?
No, not really. I mean, it's a broken guitar.
Oh, you don't understand. Listen to me. If this was ever on the market, it would go for $70,000 to $80,000.
Oh,
I wouldn't be surprised if bids went over $100,000.
wow.
That's impressive.
That is expensive for a college student.
Now it's personal. Dr. Kimishima, we have to put this bastard, this killer behind bars.
Yes. Well, I agree.
I have a feeling little guy was lying about the little bits and pieces he knew about music and stuff.
In any event, a guitar worth more than $100,000.
Exactly.
That's not the kind of thing an ordinary student would be able to afford. Perhaps I should have him look at it once he's calmed down a bit.
Yeah, that is something kind of important. Really expensive guitar.
Little guy, can I borrow you for a moment?
Look at the guitar
Yes,
now.
of course. Do you need me to look at something?
Can you take a close look at this guitar?
Of course. I am a professional after all. I can be impartial.
Please do, then. What can you tell me about it?
There's not much I can say other than... Oh, wait a moment.
Found something?
Yes. Looks like this guitar was played by someone other than Ben Frank.
So what does that mean? Is the guitar a fake?
No, of course not. The scratches, the wear, everything says it's the real deal. But Ben Frank is right-handed. And this guitar has been said to be played by someone who's left-handed.
Which kind of seems to match with my idea that the carbon dust mat is significant in what their dominant hand likely is.
The guitar's set for a left-handed player? The difference between right and left-handed guitars is...
I have no idea. What a left-handed person change when playing a guitar set for a right-handed person. Oh, the string order's probably right. Oh,
Yes, the string order is reversed, depending on the dominant hand.
that would make sense, because each string makes a different note. Okay, that makes sense.
I'm surprised you knew that, Dr. Kimishima.
But that would make sense.
When the thinner strings are on the right, it's for right-handed players. It's the opposite for left-handers.
The fourth victim owned this guitar. I doubt that he would lend his $100,000 guitar to anyone else. That makes it likely that Stephen Eldred was...
Left-handed. I don't know what feet have to do with this, but he's definitely gonna be left-handed, I'm sure of it now.
left-handed, right. That information could prove useful.
Okay. We've got Mystery Metal 2.
Hey, little guy, can you tell me anything about this?
Yes, of course. It's a piece of metal.
I collected it from the wall of the room the
It's a piece of
explosion
metal.
happened in, so I thought...
Yep, it's a piece of steel pipe. It could have come from anywhere. The chromatographic scan shows traces of black powder. The powder was used as the explosive propellant.
Now we know for sure what that piece of metal is.
It's another pipe, part of the bomb. Part of the bomber himself.
It's likely the same situation that occurred with Aiden's death. The analyses show that the powder and the metal are exactly the same as those found in Aiden's bombing.
I see. I get the feeling that this will work with something else that we know.
I get the feeling. Alright, let's compare them. Nope, that's not what I wanted.
These pieces of metal were found at both Aiden's and Stephen's deaths. Material analysis showed that both pieces were chemically identical. That means...
Probably a steel pipe. A pipe bomb
Yes,
of sorts,
it's
likely.
quite likely that both pieces were cut from common steel pipes. There's something else we discovered about the metal fragments. That is...
Oh, explosive propellant. I was about to say, that doesn't make sense.
Indeed. Black powder was used as the propellant for both explosions. The same components, the same metal casing. The bombs in these cases are the same type of explosive.
Good to know. Computer. Can you check that?
Hey, little guy, can you look at something for me?
The computer won't boot up? It was in an explosion. It's probably broken.
Exactly.
That doesn't really matter as long as we can get the data from the hard drive.
True. Huh. Wait a second.
Did you find something?
Yes. The computer's fine. It's not starting up because it's locked.
Is there any way to unlock it?
Well, we could try to force our way in, though there's a chance it'll wipe itself and we'll lose the data. It seems the victim was using voice authentication software.
Voice authentication. So it'll only start up using the owner's voice.
Well, that's rather inconvenient that we don't have the owner's voice on our death phone.
Yes, but it belonged to Stephen Eldred.
So it'll never start up again.
I don't know if I'd go that far. I'm sure if he's musically inclined, he might have done some vocal work at some point that we could look into. I don't know if I'd go nearly as far to say that, obviously. You know, that there's nothing we could do about it. Let's see. Nah. This? Are we done? Maybe not. Let me look a little bit more. Those two?
These two may lead us to
There
learn
we go.
something new.
Has to do with who's left and who's right-handed.
The third victim, Aiden Posner. The callus on his palm is proof of his dominant arm. That would mean he was...
Right-handed. Or he has a mutant third hand, of course. A very, very easily understandable option there. a mutant third hand.
Correct. He was right-handed. The fourth victim, Stephen Eldred. His guitar tells us which is his dominant hand. That would be his...
His left hand, or he was telekinetic, another easily understandable answer for such a question.
Yes. The guitar had been strung for a left-handed player. The famous musician the guitar belonged to was right-handed. If anyone were to change the strings, it would be the current owner. Thus, we can reason that Stephen Eldred was himself left-handed. I wonder if this difference will be any help in this investigation.
Oh, unknown method, and then same bombs. That probably goes together. Or not? Revolutionary's a young male. Does this have to do with the difference? There we go.
I think these may help us get closer to solving the mystery. Both the third and fourth victims had carbon dust on their fingers, but the locations of the dust are the major difference between them. On the other hand, we've learned about a difference between Aiden and Stephen. The two victims had different dominant hands. From these two facts, we can tell that the carbon dust was...
It was on their dominant hand. I suppose that's somewhat useful.
Indeed, it was on each victim's dominant hand. I think we've gotten a little closer to figuring out the meaning behind the carbon dust.
Barely. We still don't really have much to go off of that. Man, there's still more clues to put together? I thought we were done for now. Can same bombs go with explosion similarities?
There is something we can deduce using this information. The raging bomber is believed to have been responsible for 4 bombings. Of the 2 cases that I've been investigating, the third and fourth victims, both bombs were made of a metal pipe and used black powder. Also, the wounds on the victims have another similarity. That is...
Bombs have the same powder, of course. That makes sense, actually.
Yes. The wounds on the bodies help us determine the strength of the explosions.
They did say the second guy's looked less forceful. Maybe he was standing at the end of the table like I suspected.
It turns out that both corpses had almost the exact same wounds. Materials, propellants, power. They all point to the idea that the 2 bombs were virtually identical. Another similarity in the 2 cases is the victim's distance from the bomb. Both Aiden and Stephen had been...
Both were very close.
Yes, both of them were very close to the bombs when they went off. Same bomb, same delivery method. This all draws us to a logical conclusion that...
They were likely made by the same person? Wow, we're pulling this together pretty quick, aren't we? Well, actually, no, not really. We're about an hour in. This would make sense if we're starting to pull some things together now.
Indeed. It seems safe to think that these 2 murders were the work of the same person.
Okay, let's see. Is that gonna be it for us? There we go.
Dr. Kimishima, we've found out more about that man.
What man? Who are you talking about?
Michael Lang. He really does work for Loan and Taxes.
So that is a real company. Is that his real name?
Yes, though what he does is barely considered legal.
Beat people up for loans?
Huh. If that's the case, is there the slightest chance that he's the bomber?
I don't know about that. I'll send you the recording of his interrogation anyway. Please listen to it when you have time.
Got it. Even if he isn't the culprit, he can at least tell us more about the victim. There's no reason to not listen to what he had to say.
Or maybe this will be something that we wish we never heard.
Yes, that's correct. I'm his financial agent.
Financial agent? That's a weird way to put it.
He's dead. that's a problem.
It's hard to collect money from dead people.
If that's true, our company will be gravely affected. It seems you don't know, but Mr. Eldred, he owes us $100,000, including interest.
$100,000. As Naomi would say, haven't we heard $100,000 before?
He owes us, of which he has paid $25,000, leaving $75,000.
So he wasn't behind in his payments then.
The raging bomber. Well, I've seen the name in the news. This will be problematic. I'll have to take on the dead then.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
We extremely regret having to hear about something like this.
His mind is all about the money. Well, I mean, that's how loan sharks are usually, right?
Yes, it's true that we issue unsecured loans. Still, there's no reason to loan money to people with no means of repaying that debt. In all honesty, Mr. Eldred agreed to make a down payment of $10,000 for the loan. Not only did he make that initial payment,
How did he manage to get the money to make that payment? He's a college student. If anything, he's losing money left and right.
he paid $5,000 the first month and another $10,000 the next.
That is true. Where are you getting these massive amounts of money from? Like, this is like big money from having a big job, not something that somebody gets in college.
His source of income. I'm sorry, but his source. Our consumer financial group does not search within other people's private concerns. Yes, we did loan $100,000 to Mr. Eldred.
Well, don't like loan companies like this have to know? Well, I guess maybe loan sharks don't. They're kind of shifty as it is. But don't most loan companies kind of want to know what your occupation is and want to see some proof that you can pay it back? Like, they want to see some what do you call it? Pay stubs, you know, to see if you can reasonably lend back the money. Maybe loan sharks don't do that because they're kind of shifty enough as it is. Whereas the official loan company probably would, I would think. What would he do with such a large sum?
Yes, we
Buy a fancy
This
guitar.
was based on the assumption that he could repay the loan. We killed Mr. Eldred? You must be joking.
He doesn't seem upset by a lot of things.
If we killed off our customers, we'd never reclaim what was owed to us.
Suppose that's somewhat
I'd say
true.
that we take a much more pragmatic approach.
Pragmatic. You mean like hitting people with big sticks, sending out bounty hunters?
I have additional information about Michael Lang. He's a veteran loan shark who's been working with loan and taxes for the past 12 years.
I see. It looks like we'll need to do some investigating into the victim as well.
You mean Stephen Eldred?
Right. He doesn't fit the pattern of the previous bombing victims. For example,
He's not famous. He was definitely blown up and he's definitely dead.
right. He's the only one who wasn't particularly well known.
In fact, that would probably be the most efficient way to spend our resources, would be to investigate more about him and figure out why he's different.
Why would the bomber target him at all? If we can figure out why, I think we'll see a great deal of progress in this case. There's more to it than that, though. The victim himself made some unanswered questions. According to Michael Lang, the man from Loan and Taxes, Stephen was $100,000 in debt.
Wow, that is a lot of money.
The reason for that is
Probably to buy a guitar.
that's a likely possibility. The value and the amount he owes fit together. Still, how can an ordinary student get such a substantial loan?
Yeah, I would imagine even a loan shark wouldn't agree to loan that much money to somebody who's just a student and doesn't have the necessary income to pay for something like that. Because at the end of the day, they still want to collect their money. Even if they have to, get legal stuff involved in it, they still want to collect their money. So I would imagine that they wouldn't loan that much money, right? Or is that part of their strategy? I'm not super familiar with loan sharks other than knowing that they're bad news.
The reason must be because
It's probably not the top one. We don't know almost anything about his family. He had a periodic income? I'd say it's one of these two.
I
No,
was careless.
periodic income. So he probably has the ability to get lots of money in a really short amount of time, which usually isn't the most legal of methods.
Indeed, there was a deposit made to his account, a large one of unknown origin. That was why the loan shark accepted his means of repaying the debt. This led to Stephen being loaned the $100,000. The more we investigate, the cloudier the truth gets.
Dr. Kimishima? Can you hear me?
I'm listening. What is it?
I've asked for another recording from HQ.
A recording of what?
That revolutionary guy. I thought it might be of some use to us. I ordered a copy of the announcement he made before Aiden Posner was killed.
I see. I'll check it out.
Okay, so this is a statement before the most recent statement we've got of him. Yes. So this should illustrate that he's going to be killing Stephen, right?
Hey! It's me, the revolutionary! What? Am I being recorded? Oh man, this sucks. I'm embarrassed that you're taping my voice.
Bog.
Doesn't matter anyway, though. You'll never catch me.
Yeah, he seems very confident in that.
That singer died because you morons are so incompetent.
I wasn't involved with that.
You can't stop me. Do the ignorant masses out there hear that? Here's a little hint. Next up is an athlete. Who? Well, I can't tell you. Think about it yourselves. Who? And never mind.
I don't really know what clues we can get from that other than confirming that was in fact the message for our athlete guy.
Yes? What is it?
I've listened to the revolutionary statement. Did anything strike you as odd?
Other than he got cut off before he said something?
Odd? Odd like how?
Maybe I'm just imagining things. It just seems strange to me.
Huh. I didn't notice anything.
All right, I'll listen to it again and pay close attention.
So listen to it again? Okay.
Hey, doesn't I mean you can hear who? And
Something's not right. He's cutting it short.
Yes, this is the place. It sounds like he was rushed at the end of his statement. I wonder why.
Possibly someone was coming up to him, and he didn't want them to find out, so he needed to finish up quickly.
I wonder what was happening. We need to figure out what was going on at that moment.
He said you'll figure out in just a moment. Isn't that what he said? Does that mean he was actually actively preparing to blow up the bomb? They're like, oh crap, he's getting in position, I need to move.
Hey, little guy, what's your opinion on this?
It does seem like something caught his attention and he wanted to finish quickly.
Why would he do that? Can we think of any possibilities?
Maybe someone interrupted him? Or he spilled coffee on his desk?
There's no way to prove those, though. We need evidence of some kind.
Yeah, but how are we supposed to get evidence on something like that?
Of the recording.
A spectrogram of the recording? Oh boy.
Put emphasis on the background and reprocess it to make background noise easier to hear.
Yes, that would be helpful. Send me the revised recording when you're
Oh
done.
boy, we're gonna use future technology here.
All right. You'll find the data in the recorder.
Good. Let's listen to it again, and be aware for anything going on in the background.
Okay. That's being analyzed. It said that there's something added to here, something in the background.
Hey!
It revolts me.
Oh, man.
She's so mad.
I mean,
She's so unbelievably angry.
here's a little hint. Next up is an athlete. Oh, well, I can't tell you. Think about it yourselves. Oh, and... oh,
That sound. I've heard it somewhere before. I think it was...
It sounds like the phone in the next guy's room. I mean, that's not conclusive evidence, but yeah,
That's right.
it's not
That's the same
conclusive.
sound as Stephen Eldridge's
That's not
phone.
conclusive. It's a rotary phone. Tons of people own rotary phones, especially old people, and for some reason, college students. I'm not sure on that one.
What does that mean, though? Why is the fourth victim's phone heard in the background of the revolutionary's threat?
The revolutionary was probably in his room. If we're going along with this logic for some strange reason, I'm not quite sure I'd put that much faith into something like this. If you heard like a personalized ringtone, maybe I'd go with that, but I don't know quite if you'd go with that. Maybe we need to go back and investigate the phone again. See if we can like pull a fingerprint or something. I don't know. Oh, we've already investigated everything we can here? Okay, apparently not. Well, there's no new recordings, right? Want to make doubly sure of that? Yeah. So it's gotta be some sort of clue on here, and he's already analyzing it, right? Or wait, no. Okay, so we've heard that. Can't analyze it any further. The young man was hiding something.
Stephen Eldred, the fourth victim,
There we go.
had been periodically receiving large deposits from an unknown source. The voice we hear in the recording of the revolutionary was not digitally altered. A distinctive sound, like the victim's phone, can be heard in the background of the recording. The most likely answer we can deduce from these facts is that...
I guess because we are investigating it, you could put a little bit more effort into it, because it is kind of odd that this would be a coincidence, but at the same time it just seems a little too vague. Tell us about the revolutionary. Maybe the revolutionary is Stephen Eldred? I suppose that might make sense if Stefan's death wasn't actually on purpose, if that one was accidental. Let's go for it. Apparently... So...
That's right. The fourth victim, Stephen Eldred. He was the revolutionary.
Can we prove that? I don't think that would hold up in court, just based upon that amplifying some sounds in the background appeared to make a phone that just happened to sound like one of the victim's phones. I doubt that would hold up in court at all. Like, at all. I don't even know.
Little guy, I'm borrowing the recorder.
Where are you going, Dr. Kimishima?
I'm going back to the revolutionaries' room. There's something I want to confirm.
Hey, Dr. Kimishima!
See you later, loser.
The analysis says this computer should be voice-activated.
Oh, I see. That's important.
It used to belong to the fourth victim who lived here.
I guess this would be kind of the final nail in the coffin
If that
if
person
we were
really
able
was
to
a
activate the computer
revolutionary.
with this, wouldn't it? That would be the final nail. Like, I'm a little suspicious, but...
Hello? Hey! You listening? It's the revolutionary.
Oh, and he's got Atlas operating
So it's
system on his
true.
computer. Good to know. Oh. Yes, I know what it says. That's spooky.
Show yourself, raging bomber.
This is getting interesting, isn't it?
Dr. Kimishima, where are you right...
He got me. The bomber's someone else.
Huh? What do you mean?
We've got to start the investigation over from scratch. Tell headquarters not to let their guard down. Ugh, I've been completely fooled. How could I let this happen?
I think you jumped to conclusions a little bit too much. Still... having that guy's voice open the computer was definitely
Hello, Naomi. It's me.
a pretty good nail in that coffin.
Yes. Hello, Alyssa.
Get out
What's
of the
wrong?
yard.
You don't look happy. Did something happen?
I got tricked by some punk kids.
It's nothing. I'm all right.
Really? Come on.
Really,
I'm
really.
your friend. I gotta help you out.
Thank you. You're a very kind little girl.
Excuse me, can I bother you for a moment?
Who the heck are you?
Of course. How may I help
Is
you?
that a bomb?
Do you know where I can drop a delivery for Dr. Kimishima?
I'm Kimishima. I'll take it.
Really? Perfect timing. Here's your package.
This seems suspicious.
Gabe? I wonder if it's the test results.
Oh, wait, never mind.
Oh, can you sign here, please?
This is pretty low tech. What happened to the digital pads?
Oh, no, 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 no.
I'm sorry, mine's
This is bad
broken
news.
right now. Anyway,
This is
thanks.
bad news. No, I don't like this. I don't like this. Throw the box
Did you
away.
get something? Who's it from?
Put it in the incinerator and kick it.
Yes, it's from a friend of mine.
Wow.
Yep.
Look, Naomi.
We're about to die.
A big-tastic teddy bear. It's so cute.
We're about to die.
That's right. But why would he send me this?
Good luck with your investigation.
Carbon dust.
Kick it. Kick the box away immediately. Kick it. Kick it away from you. They opened the
Don't
box
tell
with
me.
their primary hand, didn't they? It's in the bear.
Alyssa?
Throw the bear. No, listen, no.
Alyssa!
Wow. And see, this is why security clearance is important.
Alyssa!
Dr. Kimishima, no, stay down.
Let go of me! It's my fault!
She literally just stole your teddy bear and ran away. I'm blaming Alyssa on this one. Wow, that was rough. That was actually pretty bad. This is why security clearance is important. But yeah, I don't know. That just reeked of being bad. That just reeked of being bad. It really did. What was the point of the carbon dust beyond? I guess it's sort of like a two-part mission that we're gonna have to come back to later. But what was the point of the carbon dust beyond being sort of an indicator to us that this was probably what happened to the victims? What the first guy said? He said, I forgot what his manager's name was, but he said, "What's this?" And then boom, dead. Second guy didn't say anything. So the first guy was likely talking to his manager. Second guy was probably home alone when he opened the box. And so he didn't say anything. That is definitely something. I want to come back to that one for sure. To anybody who knows about this game, would it be a problem if next time, instead of doing anything else, I just went immediately next to our next mission? Because this is something I kind of don't want to drop. I'll be waiting on the answer for that, I suppose. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. That was especially exciting because that just seemed too easy, didn't it? Like, all the other missions we've had so far, they've kind of looked one way, and then due to information we found, there's been a big twist. And usually a pretty dark twist too, right? Usually a pretty dark twist to go along with our twist. And this one was, well, honestly, to the end, no different. But definitely a different feeling, right? I think that's why I felt most uneasy about that. Like, I felt like it was kind of an open and shut case. Like, we didn't really do a whole lot. I don't know. Let me know what you guys thought. That was pretty exciting. I like that. And I'll see you next time for some more Trauma Team. Bye.